from Scynewave Studios, somewhere on the internet. It's the Scynewave Show. Featuring music by the mysterious Breakmaster Cylinder. And this episode's guest. And now, your holographic host with the most, Scyne!
Yo, everybody! Welcome once again to the Scynewave Show. If you were unaware, my name is Black's Headroom, and I will be your host for these festivities. Got a good show for you today. We're going to talk about a couple things that have happened recently in the news. We're going to have a wonderful conversation with a very, very good friend of mine, the wonderful and talented Aemeth. Everybody, give a virtual hand of applause. Come on over.
Whoops. Hello.
How's it
Lovely to
going?
meet you. Hi.
How's it going? How's it going?
It's good. It's pretty good. It's a nice Sunday. I'm enjoying my day.
It's a good day. It's a good day, you know?
Yeah. How are you?
I've been tired. Day job is a day job, but
That is true.
it is what
Gotta
it
earn
is.
the money.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
For sure.
so we finally made it. It's 2021, you know? We're finally in the new year, and whole bunch of new stuff going on. Hey, thanks for the follow. Feels good, right? New set. If you guys haven't noticed, let me see. I think I have a wide here. I'm still learning all of my new things. Yeah, I had a wide. Okay, I guess I just don't. But yeah, no, new set here, so that's cool. And it's still a work in progress. There's still going to be a whole bunch of stuff because right now we've got this lovely void that we're working with, but I'm going to be adding some stuff to it, so it's going to look a little bit more interesting. But you don't have to have a bunch of doodads and everything to get into the news. So let's get into that. Wow, my sound doesn't want to work. There we go. So let's get into the news. We got a bunch of stuff to talk about today. But probably the first thing is America is trying right now to do a Control Z on all of the stuff that has happened in recent. I'll let you be however you want to be, but all I have to say is now, thankfully, politics are boring again. And I think that's a good thing, right? So, pretty much. There's been a couple of things, though, that have happened that's kind of interesting. Let's see here. Wow. Some of my things don't want to pop up the way that they're supposed to. New set, new control system. But, things are working, I guess. So, let's see here. We've got a couple of items here. First and foremost, did you happen to see the inauguration?
I did see the inauguration, and I also saw the fashion of the inauguration. I enjoyed it.
Oh man, like
Yeah.
stuff
I feel
with,
like the big winner of that day was Michelle Obama. She won. She won over everything else. She looked like a fashionable Jedi about to come and beat a bunch of cis ass and flip over everything, and then she would just land and flip her hair and just be like, "We're done here," and then just turn back around and walk out.
what'd you think of Gaga's outfit?
I liked it. I thought that the voluminous skirt and the dress. And now I know that it was custom made, but I feel like I've seen it somewhere before. I also thought that the pin and the symbolism of the pin, it felt like it was kind of like towing the line. Now I know for sure that Gaga is somebody that is likely happy that Biden is in office. But I felt that the
Possible.
pin, because it's Mockingjay, yeah, the Mockingjay, and everybody knows that as a sign of resistance. And so wearing that to an inauguration, I wasn't really sure. I think a lot of people could have been taking that as like a negative or a positive. And so I felt like she probably did that just to provoke discussion. And I really didn't know if that was good or not to wear, if her feelings of showing up and singing the anthem, it was kind of sending mixed messages. I would rather that she probably not wear that. But
Yeah.
she got people talking, and I feel like that's what she wanted to do.
As a music nerd personally, it was really interesting hearing her rendition. Completely different from her last rendition. And if you're into music, you know that she used mixed meter and did some really, really crazy prog
She did.
jazz stuff.
Yeah.
So, like, that's good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought the
Terrible
rendition was
puns, though,
amazing.
but terrible puns just brought up probably the biggest thing of the inauguration. Um, did you see Bernie's mittens?
A lot of people were wondering, why is he sitting over there by himself? And I would like to bring up the fact that even though he has likely had we saw that he got the vaccine. But
Right.
the thing that people don't really discuss about the vaccine is that it doesn't completely protect you.
Right.
And also, there are new strains that it's not as effective against. And so Bernie's out there not taking any chances, and I don't really blame him. He's up in age. He's not trying to die. So I get it. But it definitely looks like he was me being an introvert at a party that I don't want to be at.
I mean,
he was all of us.
We got an image of that. There he is. Yeah.
He is not playing any games. And also, it's probably very cold in DC, because where I'm at, which is not that far from DC, it's kind of chilly here too, so he's bundling up. He probably gets cold easily, Poor guy.
Yeah, but I mean,
not that poor. He's got like 3 mansions, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's got 3 mansions. He's not that poor.
But yeah, but yeah, this image has been going all over. Yeah, he was so so in the chat, Seven Trials says that he was dressed like he was running errands. Yeah, he looks like he was going places. Probably next place might have been with Guy Fieri. The image has been photoshopped so much. I think this might be like the first. Is this like the first big meme of 2021?
Yeah, it's definitely. We're starting the calendar now for the new year, and Bernie is definitely for January.
Yes. But yeah. I've got way too many of these.
I like the one where he's behind like some kind of thing where he's hawking a bunch of wares and he's just kind of sitting there.
Yeah.
I love that one. Yeah. Someone did an anime version of Bernie too, where he's just kind of like one of the Deuteragonists of like the anime, and he's just kind of sitting there like this. That one was amazing. I love that one. And then someone took that and they animated it to where he swings around and then his glasses do a bing, and I was like, oh my god, y'all are wild. I love it. Oh my god, I didn't see that one. That's hilarious. You're a good man. Thank you.
There's so many. But yeah.
Wow.
Oh man.
It is good that he put it on a sweatshirt and sold some money in and donated that to charity, though, to Meals on Wheels. That was decent.
Absolutely.
I appreciated that. I don't know how many sweatshirts he sold. Must have been a lot. I don't know.
Hopefully it was a good number.
Yeah. Yeah. He should just keep that meme shop open and just send that money out to charity, you know, except for whatever is for, like, production costs. I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Just Bernie meme shop. Just keep it going. Yeah. Times are hard. They could probably help a lot of people out.
Absolutely. So, moving on. Yeah, the internet been pretty busy, all of those memes, but probably the biggest thing that has just happened in just recently, like just right now over the weekend. Have you seen the new Resident Evil? Um,
Yes. Vampire Mommy.
yes. That's
Vampire
something.
Mommy making everybody go crazy.
Absolutely. It's absolutely crazy how thirsty the entire internet is for. It's crazy. Hold on a second. I've got
I think Bernie and Vampire Mom might actually be kind of split on the meme calendar this year because they're both like, I don't know, but Bernie might win out. Bernie might be a meme thing. I saw one where it was like she's grabbing you, and then there's like a picture of like a hamster blushing, like, you know. That one was hilarious. I was like, that's a mood. That's definitely a mood.
yeah.
If anything, it just shows that there's a bunch of bottoms on the internet. They're rampant. The bottoms are offense.
Yeah.
Oh, and her. The internet loves her too.
Yeah.
Fucking. Oh, so we. It's just a little tighter. Oh fuck.
Yeah. It's it's something. She's but yeah, it's but pretty much the entire internet is ridiculously thirsty for her right now. Like it's crazy. Like
The company that owns them is Capcom, right? Yeah.
yeah,
Frank. Yeah, they're like, the company's like, guys, we got a lot of bottoms on the internet that like our series. We need to make the biggest top ever and just, all the fan art's gonna go crazy. And also, showing up boob. Boom,
Yeah.
they got it. They got the magic formula.
yeah.
They're gonna
but
make
yeah,
so much money.
yeah. Lady Demirescu, I think is how you pronounce that. Demirescu?
I think so.
Yeah. But yeah, she's
I love her hat though.
oh that hat.
I'm mad at the hat.
That hat.
That hat is. Whew, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, she's got pretty much the entire internet. I think this meme, more or less, has everything on lock. So pretty much, yeah, it's crazy.
What do they call it? A feared on? A feared on. Fear hard on? Feared on.
Oh,
That's the first
man.
time I've heard that word.
So when the maiden demo came out, you know, I think it's like one of the most downloaded things on the PS5 to date. Like it's
Holy God.
yeah, it's crazy install rate, and that led to a lot of interesting things. One of which is Kotaku's one of Kotaku's writers, Ash Parrish. She went through and played the demo a ridiculous number of times, just so that she could figure out how tall Murder Mommy is. And
Murder Mommy. Is that like that's our official name for her? Is Murder Mommy?
that's my name for her. That's what I'm calling her.
Okay. Murder Mommy.
And so it turns out after extrapolating from the size differences of her chair, the lipstick that she uses, and the
Lipstick. Oh my god.
and
Yeah.
the architecture that is used in the mansion that you're trapped in the demo, and what is the architectural norms. She is estimated to be 8 feet tall. So there you go.
Oh my god.
The
Big
more
hop
you know.
energy.
So yeah, it's craziness. It's craziness. It's so much, so much. It's a lot. So all right. Well, here's one more thing that we could talk about. Did you guys hear about the recent leak of potential information on Apple's fabled VR AR headset?
I know that they had been gearing up for pretty much a fight against Facebook to like take on the top spot of VR. But I didn't know of like the newest development. So tell me about it.
So, unfortunately, we don't have anything of really what this thing looks like. We don't have a name. We don't have any of that. But we do have some information that was leaked to Bloomberg by an unnamed Apple employee that was taking part in some behind the scenes meetings. And we have a little bit of information in regards to um, potentially what this whole system's all about. Um, so, pretty much Apple um, has been working on developing a VR headset secretly for years and years and years. We've known that it's coming. It's something that, they they tend to be the company that doesn't try to reinvent the wheel. They just take the best performing wheel and put some chrome on it and some really good marketing that explains why you want this wheel, and then it catches on. I mean, smartphones
And then they
exist.
jack up the price by $1,000.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey.
I'm getting to that. I'm getting to that part. But pretty much, yeah. They, what they do is they take, you know, something that exists, like smartphones existed for the longest time. Um, you know, PDAs and pocket computers actually existed in the late 70s, early 80s and stuff. So, like, this stuff's been around for a while, but nobody really kind of got the idea of, having a computer in your pocket until the iPhone came out and it just made it so stupidly simple that anybody could comprehend what it is and how it works. And unfortunately, VR has been this thing that comes with this stigma. I mean, we're people who we're we're in VR, we're experiencing VR, we know VR, and we understand VR. We understand what this whole place is all about and what it is. But
We
there's
were
still
waiting for it.
exactly we've been
We were
waiting
waiting for it.
specifically
Yeah.
for this thing. But
Right.
uh, there's so many people who don't quite understand what VR is, kind of the whole point of all of this. And well, Apple is probably one of the companies that I expected to be the ones that were on the forefront of that. It really came out of left field that Facebook would be the first company to really make it acceptable. They've already sold more Quest 2 units than the entirety of the original Quest.
Yeah, I have to hand it to the company. They did market it rather successfully. I was a bit worried at first with their first concept commercials that people were still not going to understand what VR was, but then I
Right.
guess they kind of did it on the go, and if you can explain a concept within 30 seconds and get people to want to buy it, you're in. But for everyone else, I guess they also knew that it was going to have to take place by word of mouth. People were going to have to
Right.
hear from others and see it in action, and then they would be like, oh, okay, that's cool. I see the celebrity using it. Now I want to get it. But I feel like Apple is still the king of usability, and it's all about usability. It doesn't matter what you make. If you make it so simple that an idiot can put it on and get it working, you've got your money. And most people are not going to want to do anything technical with it. They're just going to want to hop in and play games like VR Chat. And that's also like, I hope VR Chat also becomes more user-friendly in the future, because you want people to, like, Cluster has like a way to upload your avatar, like a Vroid avatar, and just pop it on the website and it sets it up for you, and
Exactly.
boom, you're done. If you want something more advanced, you can download the SDK, but you don't have to do it that way.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that VRChat will pick that up. Yeah, not everything
Yeah.
has to be complicated. It can just, and you get more money that way. You do.
Yeah.
You get more
Yeah.
signups that way.
Yeah. So I'm going to tell you, this is what we know of this new VR system. Apple, I'm pretty sure that Apple has realized that they missed the boat on the general adoption bit. When it comes to the way that they have everything set up and everything, um, I highly doubt that Apple is going to be able to create a sub $300 VR headset. That's just not going to happen. So, from what we know, they have actually gone to the opposite side of the spectrum. They sound like they're trying to design something that will be kind of the epitome, the pinnacle of what VR and AR can technically be. So, what we know is that this is a very small, sleek design device, um, and it is a device that is designed around the idea of offloading the computing from the device itself. So it's not standalone. It is wireless, but it is not a standalone device. And it will actually ship with, it's going to, a part of the package is that it's going to include kind of a compute unit, like a, a we don't know if it's going to be like a a box that's going to be the size of like a MacBook, excuse me, a Mac Air, or the Mac Mini. Wow, my brain is just so
It's fine.
we don't know if it's going to be like the size of a Mac Mini, or it's going to be something different. But what we do know is that it's going to be a computing powerhouse beast that is using the new Apple architecture. It's part of the reason why Apple designed their new chips, because they wanted to design a new system specifically for this new type of computing. Um, and we've seen this time and time again. There's always been these big paradigm shifts in the way that people compute. The first thing, there was the big room size computers, and then the first big paradigm shift was now you can have an entire computer on your desk. Then it changed to a portable computer. You can take that computer off your desk and move it around. Then, that went on into okay, now you've got wireless computers. So that computer you can now move around. Now you can actually take that and leave your house and use it. And then the last big computing paradigm that has changed was the difference between, traditional screen computing and portable computing, like, the smartphone in your pocket. Nowadays, that is the main computer that everybody uses. You use, that smartphone way, way, way more than you use that traditional sit down computer. It's just more convenient. But each leap has always had some thing that it was solving, which made it clearly better than the previous. Obviously, portable computing means that you're not stuck to one place. Wireless computing means that now you can leave and go someplace else. And as long as there's Wi-Fi or some other kind of wireless connection, you can do that. The big thing with smartphone obviously is the convenience of now, instead of worrying about lugging around this big thing, you now have this thing in your pocket that just instantly gives you access to all of human knowledge, period. But the problem with that is when you've got the smartphone, you're standing there looking at a thing. So you could ask me, oh, hey, what is, the land speed record of, a NASCAR or whatever. I could look down on my device, but that's taking me out of the conversation. Virtual reality, augmented reality is the logical answer to that, because now we enter the computing space. And I strongly believe that this is probably going to be a good step towards that new type of computer. But reports are saying that this is probably going to rival MacBook Pro pricing. Like, it is going to be
Oh yeah.
ridiculous. Like, I can only imagine like how much you're gonna have to plop down so that you can you know get stuck in Apple's ecosystem. But you know,
It's
yeah,
almost one ecosystem or another lately anyway. Just pick your poison. They all want you in their ecosystem. That part kind of sucks. Except for Steam. Steam's like the nice person that gets along with everyone.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh man, it's just a lot. But yeah,
It's a lot.
but yeah. So hopefully
Well,
we'll
simplicity
have
comes at a price.
yeah, hopefully we'll have Apple Glass or whatever they want to say sooner than later. Reports are saying that there's a good chance that it may actually launch in 2022, which it's about time.
Nice. Yeah, oh my god, next year. That's... time's gonna fly, too. People are gonna get out, once more people get the vaccine, they get out and party, time's gonna fly, and then it's gonna be like, oh my god, we were having so much fun, and then boom, 22 is gonna be here. I feel like 2022 is gonna be a really big year.
Yeah.
Once we all get, acclimated to, normal life again.
Yeah.
Then, there's going to be more technological advances. But it stands to reason because, we had a pandemic in 1918, and then the Roaring '20s followed. So people are going to bust out, and they're going to party, and it's going to be good. So that means you've got 10 years to save up, because then the next Great Depression follows after that. If we're correct.
True.
We have to study other centuries to see if that's still true.
But hey, I mean, at least now we can party. Or
That's true. Did you know, it was kind of eerie, but did you know that there were some meme boards that actually started to predict that there would be a major pandemic, and it was before coronavirus actually hit. They were like, hey guys, check out all these centuries where we had a plague. Guess what year it is? And it was like, oh, I remember seeing that going oh, come on, Reddit. You're not right. And then it happened, and I was like, oh shit, they were correct. Yeah,
Yeah.
that shit
Well,
was right.
yeah.
So yeah, start making that crypto fund. Start start. Oh my God, it might be crypto that crashes. I have no idea.
Don't say that.
Yeah.
Do not say that.
No.
Do not say. You're not allowed to say
Well,
that.
okay.
I'm super happy that my Dogecoin has hit a penny. Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it.
Do you have Dogecoin? Do you really?
Oh yeah, I do.
Oh, you invested. What else do you have?
I've got some ETH, but everybody has some Ethereum, and then I have
Yeah.
and I have a ridiculously low amount of Bitcoin, but I mean,
It's some.
it's
It's something. I mean, yeah. I feel like Bitcoin is more subject to like whales manipulating it. That's why
Mhm.
I was kind of concerned about it. It's probably not that I would recommend against buying it. It's just that it seems like it's so subject to their manipulation. And honestly, I think Ethereum is too, but probably a little less so. And because there's so many people doing business in Ethereum,
Yeah.
I don't think that it would be as subject. Those gas prices, though, for minting tokens is just killing me.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
So glad that OpenSea started something where you now no longer have to spend money to mint the work that you want to sell. Thank God. So now I've been selling through there. By the way, did you know that you can use avatars like this? You can mint artwork. Like, if you do really good artwork and taking good images of your like avatars and stuff, I've been minting fashion pictures and I've been selling them.
Yeah, let's
For real,
take that
yeah.
because you are quite the um maven of fashion.
I don't I'm not okay, so to just state, I'm not the OG of anything. If anything, I did learn what all this fashion stuff from a different game that I came from, which was Second Life. There were already people here that were doing fashion when I got here. It's just that I came here to VR chat, and then I also realized that the V-Roid community, especially the Japanese community, were taking fashion pictures and they were sharing them online and social media to kind of like show off what they bought on the website booth, which is where most V-Roid clothing is. And it's kind of also a way of thanking the creator of making such clothing. And so you basically look for the feed on booth where everything is sold, and you kind of check out where new things are being made, and then you get what interests you, and then you buy it, and then you kind of change up the outfit a bit. So this outfit I teased as a wild outfit, and that is obviously because of the animal print. But the thing that was kind of crazy is, may I stand up? Is the camera going to be good if I like stand up and turn around and everything?
Well, yeah, actually, if you stand in, hold on, let me. Oh, there we go. Sorry, lagged a little.
Oh, good.
Let's
It was something I requested on the fly. That's my fault.
Here, let's do this. Actually, let me head over here,
Okay.
and we'll just grab camera. If you
Oh,
wanna.
sweet. All right. I'll just stand on the table. Let me move around here. Okay, so this outfit, first of all, the pants were not supposed to be this big. I took the pants and I lengthened them because I feel like big pants can make a big difference in avatar fashion now. Not a lot of people are sporting big pants, so I'm like, bring them back. Bring big pants back. But the other thing I did was similar to the 90s. I took a bra from another outfit and I put it over the outfit. This is actually lingerie, and I just put it over the stocking, everything. So this is not actually how the outfit comes. Like everything that you do, it has to have that pop of something that is unexpected. Like, what did you do? What did you create? And take a risk with something that you're doing. If you're doing something with fashion, take a risk. And you want to kind of do it that way to like, really interest people. But then also like don't put on too much. Like if I had put something on my, like the old Coco Chanel rule, which I don't really like to quote her, but it is true. Take one thing off and your outfit is perfect. Right? Yeah.
You said you had a few.
We don't quote her too often because I do. So this is not really like club kid attire. This is more like fashionable attire. But if I go to a club and I'm really showing off, I could wear something like this. Also, out to my... Well, I'm freezing up. Okay, here we go. So this is more like, outrageous fashion. So I should explain that there's a lot of like high-end designer clubs that are popping up, like Loner and Shelter, that are giving you that feeling of being at a real club, and you're waiting around for the door to open. There's a possibility you may not get in because the instance fills up, as opposed to a real club where the bouncer might not let you in. So in this case, the bouncer is actually the instance map just filling up. And there are other maps you can go to, like there may be other public instances of the world, but you want to get into that original one where the DJ is, right?
Yeah.
So you're going and it's a big production and you've got like some really good DJs that are playing. So then you start thinking like, well, maybe I should really dress up. And that's where this came from. Like, I'm dressing up to show my appreciation of the work that they're putting in for my evening. That's the thought behind it. And then the rest of it is like, if there's enough people dressing up, then it kind of adds to the flavor of the room. So it's kind of like that.
Well, hey, if you wanna come over here so that we have a little bit of room, if you come over here, you can see yourself. If you want to show off a few of your looks, I can start a little music.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, here, let me do that.
When I have full body, so I can't do like the strut, but yeah, I can definitely like turn around. And so this is like my Westworld outfit. When I started this, it wasn't exactly geared towards Westworld. I started with the mask, and it just kind of like, this was a mask that a designer created, and then this was actually kimono that a designer created. It was like a kimono coat, and then I combined it with some other outfit, and I decided that this was going to be like a really gorgeous evening dress. This is actually like just combinations of different pieces from different sets. And then I added earrings to it, and then the giant hat, which is probably, I don't know if it's like really visible, but it's like the giant, it is a Lady Domescu hat, pretty much, but I wore it before she came out, so no copies me. But like, yeah, so it's kind of like that. And then when I combined it all, I was like, oh my god, this is like Yul Brynner, Ed Harris, Westworld drag. That's pretty much what it is. So it's like, the lone gunman, but a woman. So it's pretty awesome. I would love to see somebody actually do drag like this. Like, I know Lady Oni's in the chat right now. Oni's in the chat, and I want her to do, I would love to see her take on this outfit. She is an amazing drag queen, and she's been, like, talking to me about getting back into, like, drag, but doing it properly with her performance this time. So now I'm thinking about the idea. So here's another outfit that I have. This is like the Loner. You'll see a lot of people wearing this. This is just like common club fashion, but like this is like the DJ patch jacket that I put together. And everyone, the way this works is that everyone kind of puts this together for themselves. Like you get a patch from a club. They sometimes sell it, like Shelter sells their patches for like $25 on their Patreon, and it supports the club. And then you put it on a jacket. Like I got the Loner one, and it's just so freaking dope. And it's just on there. And then I've got like Ohm3 is on the back with his amazing art. It's beautiful. So I had to sort that. Here, I'll like turn around again. So like everyone's jacket and outfit is different. You may put it on their avatar t-shirt or whatever. But I even saw an avatar that had the loner logo on their eyes. And it's just like, it's spreading. The club vibe is definitely spreading, and now like the look of like, I go to these clubs often is something, and it's like showing what clubs you're frequenting, as well as like, oh yeah, and I've got like cyberpunk, like Android lines and things like that on like my neck and my legs and things. So that's kind of like an example, but also just like I think the big thing is just really taking a risk. Sometimes this one's more cultural. So this is definitely like cultural, but I would wear this at a club that has like lightworks. This is like a nod to my personal heritage, just like a Louisiana Creole person. And so when normally you're not going to see this light up. I didn't want to miss your math on this. But the lights in the club, when they're really good, they bounce off my face and I light up. And that's the effect of it. And I think that's really cool and celebratory, because that kind of look is about celebrating life anyway.
Right.
And so so everybody's like outlook on expressing themselves, like it's getting more diverse. There's Oni and myself, and there's also a male fashion person like this who's like Tokyo. And I talked to him one day, and he was like, you know what, we should just like officially do Club Kate stuff again. And I was like, yeah, but without the murder. No murder.
Yeah.
We don't want to do drugs and kill anybody here. Yeah, leave that Alex stuff alone. We don't want that.
That
but I think like doing that in VR would be super cool. We don't want that. We don't do that here. Yeah, for sure.
But
I hope that the.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just going to say
the effective. Sorry. I'm so sorry. It's the delay in VR chat when we talk.
Yeah. Well, the main thing is, I would say that it's interesting to see that now that we no longer, or at least for the time being, we don't go out.
Yeah.
The out is coming in. You know what I mean?
It is, yes.
And that's really, really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I used to live in Detroit, and I loved going to clubs there, but it was not safe. And it's like parking fees to get in the club, and then worrying if some creep's going to spike your drink, and then, dealing with all that stuff. Now you can have the vibe and the fix of like actually being out in a club at night, but safety. And I think that's like huge. That's especially huge for women and non-binary people. It's like
absolutely
being safe is like a huge thing. Nobody wants to walk alone at night back to their house after having a beautiful night out at a club. Everybody needs to be safe.
Yeah.
And the other side effect of this is that I hope that people customize themselves a bit more. And all this fashion is accessible. Anybody can do it. Anybody can do what I'm doing. I really want to state that. I'm not special. It's just knowing and getting good at, like, expressing yourself. That's really what it's about.
Right. So if people want to follow you, or check out what you're doing, see your crypto art and all that, where do they find that?
Oh, so you would follow me on Aemeth VR on Twitter and on Instagram. It's just my name, Aemeth VR. And there I post like art, I post notices, I try and share things. I also run the Vroid subreddit on Reddit. You just look up VROID, and it's a free program that you can download and use and customize your avatar and upload it to VR chat. And boom, you got your own avatar. So people will be there to answer your questions. And there's tons of tutorials online. I wouldn't be here without those tutorials, like group packs and all the amazing people like Van Villegas and Oni, like really encouraging me to like take risks and,
Right.
just get out there. So I'm hoping that you can meet them in the future, but yeah, they're amazing people and yeah, just absolutely love it. It's a great community that's branching out and getting serious about virtual fashion. It's so much fun.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, pretty much. I think that's uh let's see. Is that the episode? Oh, my time is
It might have been.
yeah, it's looking like well, I mean, do you have anything else you'd like to talk about? Because I mean, we have some time. We can, it's a vibe. We can just hang.
Yeah, we could just hang, really. I just, like, I don't know, I'm just really happy to, like, come in here and talk to you about this stuff. And, for anybody that definitely wants to start or has any questions about where to join these clubs, Loner and Shelter are, like, some of the biggest clubs, also Resumu, DDVR. There are so many clubs out in VR chat, and they all play, like, different music or all the music, and there's a lot of things that are to your taste. And you can definitely find your vibe in one of these clubs because the world is vast and endless with this type of thing. So, yeah. So just check me out on Aemeth VR on Twitter, and I will answer your questions and point you in the right direction.
So let's take a seat and we can chat
Yeah.
about different things because I'm interested. You said that you've let me just set that up. And sit down. There we go. So you've you said that you've been around for some time, right?
Yeah, I'm kind of like a veteran from getting into the fashion scene in like Second Life, where there was more of a focus on taking pictures of what you're wearing and then
Right.
sharing them on places like Flickr. And that was really where most of the showing off of outfits took place. And transferring from there to here, it became about what you're wearing versus how optimized is that thing you're wearing, because it's it's one thing to look good, but then you're also going to go to a club, and the performance of your avatar affects the performance of the world. And that, I think that would be one of the things that I wish Second Life had, picked up and known about, is that, what you wear affects other people's experiences. So you want to look good and perform well. It's really important. It's more important than you think it is. Unfortunately, there are some people that don't care, and now these clubs in VR chat are taking more of a hard line and saying you can't wear poor avatars here. We don't do that here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's like, I think that's good, because you don't want to go to a club that it was really hard to get into, and then it's super laggy, and you end up getting disconnected from the IK and booted out of the instance, and now you can't stay. That's like really lame. Everybody
Yeah.
should do their part.
Yeah. I had the on Friday I had the most surreal time because I came with you
Oh,
to
yeah.
yeah, I came with you to Loner, and I was just like, I just had this weird lag. It was uh, it was hard to describe because um like I was getting 60 frames. Like everything was like, I had full motion and I could walk around and move everywhere in the club, but for some reason I just couldn't see anybody else moving. It was just like everybody was like frozen, and then like every few seconds there would be like maybe one person would update or something. Maybe it was just like something going on with the fact that it was just so many people there, or
It could have been a multitude of things. For one, there were people trying to brute force their way into the instance, because that club,
ah,
it was a special event. They were opening. It was like a grand reopening. There were
true.
staff there from Vera Chat. They showed up, like Ron and Pill and Tupper showed up, which is really wild. I was like, oh god, this place is popping right now. And then there were so many people there, and then if you got disconnected, you were trying to find your way back in there.
True.
So, and then like with people hopping in the instances like that, it was adding to the number of it was adding to the count of people in the instances, and it was probably bumping up Club Loner higher and higher on the list of instances for people to check out, and so it was probably showing up in more feeds, and that was attracting curious people. So there's all that going on. Plus, it was like people who might have been changing their avatars. It may have been a connection thing, because the farther you are away from somebody, the less your IK will actually update. Somebody did notice that, like my friend Sushi noticed that once when we were in a different instance. Like he was saying that when I was really far away, that I would update kind of like an NPC. It would just update the important point of me moving my arms everywhere. So that also could have been a factor in combination with the connection thing as well. And also, when you're in a club, one of the things is that you can't always load everybody because you're not going to be able to move. I just load like my friend because I want to dance. And if you're dancing, you got to move around. If you got to move around, you got to have frame. So you got to sacrifice something sometimes, unless you have a supercomputer, which I don't have. So any of those things could have,
I don't know. Were you getting good frames? Were you like seeing people update?
Oh gosh, like it was 70 when I first got in, but then a bunch of people came in, and when people come into an instance like that and there's lights and music happening, frames drop really fast. So it dropped down to like 25. But that's why there are some clubs like Rizumu and DDVR, for instance. They're kind of like really streamlining their graphics. They are not as detail focused. They handle things differently. They handle the design differently because they want people to be able to like dance and move around and have an experience, but it's not always emulating what a real life club looks like. So the design standpoint is a bit different. Not that we're ranking these clubs or anything, it's just that it's a different experience.
Right. Well, I mean, it is what it is, you know? You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, that's true. I think as long as it hits, like, I kind of, like, ideally would want a club to at least hit 35 frames, because then I think that it's good enough to move around and stuff. But that's considering that there would be, like, 60 people in the instance. No matter where you go, though, if there's that many people on an instance, you're going to drop down significantly. It's just... The only way to cure it, really, is to limit the map intake, period. It just, you have to cut it down on it a bit, and it's just not going to be as popular if you do that.
How did you end up, like, because I would consider you VRC elite. How'd you, like,
end up? No. Like, elite how? I'm not like that.
Well, no, I'm elite, like, you know, of like the big name people.
Well, no, oh god, no. I'm just I don't like to think like that.
Well, I mean,
I just like I get flustered with people.
You find yourself in the company of like a lot of like wonderful situations, and like you're just surrounded by a bunch of interesting people.
Geez, you know, like I don't know how to answer this. It's just like I guess I just kind of go around and make friends. Like, I just want to like state, I don't aim for that. I don't even stream. I don't even stream. I made this account. This isn't even my main account. Like on Twitter, it's not. I have something that I do that's completely different. That's my real job, and that's where I seriously update my work and art and things like that. On VR chat, I'm here to have fun and I like being helpful, and I like to answer questions. So it may have been a side effect of just answering questions and being, answering, talking to people, and posting content. The thing is with Twitter also is that if you post a lot of images that you make and you share stuff, Twitter likes it. And Twitter's like, yeah, it's pretty cool, let's just share this around a bit more. People also like that. They like the constant content and the pictures and stuff. That's why I'm always saying, streamers, if you want more engagement, do what I do. Like, you see these cool images, like compilation and stuff, and I'll show you how to do it, and it actually further engages and gets you more followers. I'm constantly advising that. I'm also constantly advising streamers, change your outfits, change your default skin, because this stuff will draw people in. And you can do it so well. Like I said, anybody can do what I do, but it's, you can polish your presentation to where people are like, man, how'd you do that? It's like, it's so easy. It really is easy. You're just really being the best person that you can be. So that's really all it is like that and dumb luck. Just dumb luck.
And I think
it really
it helps.
I'm not even, yeah.
And I think it helps that you're just such a wonderful person.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm not playing like a popularity game. I see, that's why I don't actually wanna sorry, train. If you hear it, just ignore it. Because I live next to a beach. The trade-off was a train. I love the beach. It's the best. But anyway, so I think that's why I actually don't want to stream and do the everyday thing like some people do, because I feel like it puts them under a lot of pressure. It makes them feel like they have to friend people that they don't want to friend. It makes them feel like they have to acquiesce to people that, they don't want to do those things. And I'm not about that. There are some people that, they can do that and they know how to market and they are making lots of money. And I think that's great. It's just that I'm actually an introvert. And I do get exhausted after going for a long time and like being super social. I have to go off somewhere and be alone and recharge because I can't. I'm not always. It's not that I'm fake. It's just that you gotta recharge. All introverts have to recharge. So yeah, but that would be why I kind of shy away from things. The things that I do on my Twitter and Instagram, that's the energy that I can expend towards doing those things. Anything more, I would exhaust myself.
I see. Yeah.
It's about, you gotta do what you're capable of doing.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, before we go, how about you drop your Twitter again so everybody can follow you?
Oh yeah. For help or anything like that you need, or resources. Also, I make free avatar bases. So check out Aemeth VR on Twitter. And I've got my store link there. Everything is free. You can look like me all you want. And you can get outfits from booth. I make male bases, female bases. Grab them, edit them, sell them. Sell your edits. Do whatever you want. The point is to make the community grow and customization grow. So check me out on Twitter and get that stuff. And then do your own thing. Be a VTuber with it if you want. I will root you on.
Well, pretty much that's our show today. Thanks for hanging out. I really want to thank you for coming on.
Here.
I really appreciate that, and we're gonna call it an afternoon. And be sure, if you want to hang out for more interesting conversations, meet more interesting people, the right down there is a little button. It says follow. You can click on it. I like it. It just it makes a sound, it makes a thing pop up in the corner. You get to see your name. That's cool. Or not. That's fine as well. But anyway, we are going to recharge our batteries and do all kinds of other things. And I'll be back. Maybe later, might play something or anything. But really, see, Steenie clicked the button, and that made a thing. It made a sound. See, that's cool. Anyway, I appreciate you all, and I have a cat in my lap, and we're gonna take off for now. So yes, again, we appreciate you, and make sure if you haven't recently, drink some water. See ya. Oh, thanks for the sub.